This is the free motion quilting tutorial for flame spiral. This is stitched working from the center to the outside, first with a spiral. This is worked very similarly to Feather Universe in that you're setting your foundation first, and that is a spiral, and then you're going to go back in and fill it once the spiral is set. And remember, if you have trouble stitching circles into a square shape, you can always mark this. Never hesitate to give yourself boundary lines and mark your foundation first. Once your foundation is set, then you're going to start stitching your flame shapes. This is flame spiral, so the entire spiral is filled with these flame shapes, and I wanted this to look different from Giant Snail, which is a similar design. And the way that this looks different is that the flames are not touching the other side of the spiral. You're just bringing them up kind of into the middle of that space and then bringing them back down again. You're not actually taking them from edge to edge. And this creates kind of a slightly different looking design. Because the flames don't touch, it creates a little bit of a gap, which accents the look of the spiral. Typically in quilting, we like to think that what our eye is focused on, what we're looking at, is the stitches, when that's actually not true. We're not looking at the individual stitches or the individual lines of quilting. We're looking at the gaps and the spaces between them. That's what our eye is focused on. And so when you leave that nice little gap between the tops of the flames and the line of the spiral, it creates a really interesting place for your eye to see texture and to appreciate that look. So as you stitch these, you can have your flames wiggle in any direction you want, so wiggle to the left or the right, or to have them all wiggle to the same shape. It's entirely up to you. This is going to be a design that works best in an open block, so in an open space specifically designed probably for this design. You wouldn't want to place this somewhere trying to squish it into something too tight, and it's so attention getting. You're gonna want this level of texture in that space on your quilt. And I added this last little section so that way you can see how this fills all the way to the inner tip. And I just simply make the flames get a little smaller as I'm stitching all the way through the tip. And here's what it looks like when you finish Flame Spiral. For over 150 videos on free motion quilting, go to daystyledesigns.com.